Cancer rising sign and ascendant in astrology. The meaning of Cancer rising. Your Cancer ascendant, or rising sign, reveals the ways in which you present yourself to others, as well as the ways in which you immediately respond to the world around you. As such, it describes the ways in which we project ourselves out into the environment, as well as the kinds of experiences we need to have in order to make life meaningful. The combination of Sun, Moon, and Ascendant describe what you want: Sun, what you need; Moon, and the style in which you will go about getting it; Ascendant. Cancer on your Ascendant. Planetary ruler, the Moon. Born with Cancer on your Ascendant, or rising, self-realization comes through a sophisticated attunement to your highly developed feeling nature. You make sense of life through instinct and emotion. You are likely to experience strong intuitions, and at times psychic sensibilities, and will therefore need to learn the difference between insight and projection. Because you are so sensitive, you must recognize the impact that this can have on you. You will need to acknowledge your sensitivity, accept your desire to nurture and support others, and acknowledge when this sensitivity leads you to take on too much, or become overly responsible for how others feel. Learning to use your intuition to guide your choices is an important skill. Self-awareness will grow as you develop emotional intelligence. The sign and house position of the Sun in your chart will give you many clues as to how this happens for you. Once integrated, this will also show the area of life where truth, a sense of purpose, and deeper meaning should be sought. For a well-rounded picture, the qualities of your Sun sign and house should be considered, as well as the qualities of your Moon sign. Your home is your castle. You may be very adaptable to change in your external circumstances, but need a peaceful and secure home base for your foundation. Home is very important, providing a sanctuary from the outside world. You may have a tendency to switch off and retreat here from time to time, especially when hurt, depressed, uncertain, or confused. You are likely to need clean, comfortable surroundings, and will prefer the company of refined people who can appreciate your unique qualities. Often close to family and friends, you are probably domesticated, with good cooking skills, as well as very capable on the work front. However, a love of travel means that it is important to have the means to be able to get up and go. You may enjoy frequent changes of environment, allowing you to soak up the most of what life has to offer by soaking up the atmospheres of unfamiliar places. Business smarts. Cancer rising gives business acumen, and you could do well as an entrepreneur, owing to your heightened sense of how to cater to public tastes. You bring a practical, cautious yet determined approach to your own affairs, which translates to good business practice. There is often great tenacity here, and you are likely to accomplish what you set out to do, despite constant flux and changes. With persistence as well as careful strategic planning, you can easily profit by providing what others need. In your professional or personal life, there may be a tendency to avoid direct confrontation. You may approach problems sideways, in an attempt to negotiate emotional boundaries. You may at times be inclined toward stinginess, owing to an overly cautious attitude to money, which comes down to fear about having the ability to control external circumstances. You should learn to trust your feelings enough to know when it is time to conserve what you have, and when it is time to spend. Heightened sensitivity. As Cancer is a cardinal sign, you need to direct your sensitivities, but this must be done in a way that is not overwhelming. Learning how to offer support when required is important, but you need to understand, you are not responsible for others' emotional well-being. The ability to nurture comes easily to you. Opportunities to care for others leads to growth and self-awareness. Yet knowing when to draw the line is paramount. You must learn what is and is not yours to be responsible for. If not achieved, then your life may feature constant episodes of drama and emotional intensity. In this case, you can attract weak, needy, helpless, or manipulative people in extremes of emotional crisis, in order to learn valuable life lessons. You can find yourself in relationships where one partner plays the role of adult, and the other becomes the child. You might find yourself wondering why all of your friends seem to have problems. At the end of the day, this may have something to do with your need to feel needed, or inability to say no. Healthy relationships need to be formed without guilt or codependency. Lessons in partnership usually involve learning to control and discipline your responses so that they are appropriate to the situation at hand. You must also learn to trust what your instincts are telling you. Working with a therapist or, even better, a client entered astrologer, is the best way to understand how unconscious patterns can undermine your relationships and intuitive response. Family life. Family is likely to be very important to you. You will happily take on the role of responsible caregiver in any situation, and will thrive on knowing you have a happy and productive family life. Whether you choose to focus your attention on family of origin or family of choice, a stronger sense of self will come through maintaining close family ties. When young, you may be deeply invested in the emotional state of your mother. This can be detrimental if bonds of responsibility are not transformed at a later stage. Letting go so as to develop independence and strength is crucial. You may have been dutiful as a child, shy and overly aware of the emotional undercurrents within your home. It is easy for you to unconsciously take on your parents' expectations as you want to be obedient and conform to the family structure. Yet at the end of the day, you must tread your own path. As you get older, the action-oriented qualities of this sign should push you out into the world to find your own identity on your own terms. The gift of Cancer rising. For greatest success, you need to understand how the ebb and flow of your own inner cycles, letting intuition guide you. Your sense of rhythm and timing will lead you to where you need to go. The accuracy of your often precise instincts is a great asset, and your intuitive hunches will almost always be spot on. Trust your feelings and learn to decipher between what is real information and what is just an emotional response. In time, you will learn that intuition is a higher form of knowledge, and your feelings are in fact your sharpest tool.